Hello, welcome to Delicious Dishes. My name is Ayden and today we'll be making scones. Let's get into it. Hey guys, today we'll be making chocolate scones. I love scones. They're like my favorite dish in the whole world. They taste so good with any topping. You can do chocolate chips, fruits, plain, anything, and they go good super well with my breakfast. Tastes so good. So for our ingredients, we're gonna have flour, baking powder, salt, sugar, butter, and chocolate chips. We're also gonna have some heavy cream. So first I'm gonna start off by taking my sifter and putting in my flour. Sift that all in. So the reason I sift my ingredients is because it introduces air into it, which makes the entire dish lighter. Now, my baking powder. Perfecto. There we go. Perfect. All right. Now that I'm done sifting those two ingredients, I'm going to put in my salt and my sugar. So now I'm going to whisk it together and then we're going to add the butter. Perfect. So it should just look like just a mixture of a couple of ingredients. My favorite types of scones are probably chocolate chip and probably blueberry. Blueberry one is super good. And maybe later I might make that. I don't know, let's see how much you guys like these videos. So now I have my butter. It's cold and it's cut in chunks. So now I'm just gonna put all that in. So for this step, you can either use a pastry cutter or you can use 2 forks. Both of them work perfectly fine. So now I want to do this quickly, otherwise the butter's going to melt and ruin the consistency of the dish. So I'm just going to take my pastry cutter, kind of go in this motion, push down. That's going to help me a lot with cutting in this butter. This is my first time ever making a YouTube video, so please show me some support and hit the subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications. Thanks. Oh, I just love that satisfying crack. So now it's going. It's pretty close to being done. I have it looking like more coarse crumbs, but I still have some chunks of butter, so almost done. Kind of fold it around. All right. Now that looks pretty good. So now you're gonna test if you need more butter or if you have just the right amount of butter. So you're gonna take a handful of the mixture, squeeze it together. If it sticks together and it looks like this, pretty good. If it starts immediately falling apart, then you're gonna need more butter. I like to add butter a half tablespoon at a time because that makes sure that you don't add too much and you can keep adding more. So now I'm going to fold in my chocolate chips. If you're using any fruits, be very careful because you don't wanna mix it too hard and squish them, otherwise that will ruin the color and consistency of your dish. Got all my chocolate chips in there. Mix that around. So, just a quick light mix, just get it all around everywhere. So now I'm just gonna make a little finger about half down, just make a little hole, half down through the bowl. And now I have a little well. I'm gonna take my heavy cream and just pour it in that hole, just a little bit at a time. Then just mix it up. And don't worry if dough gets on your fingers, because by the end the dough should come off your fingers from all of it being ready. So that's another way to tell if it's ready. Pour in about a quarter cup at a time. So now you should start seeing clumps by the second pour. All that chocolate getting everywhere. So on this channel, I'm gonna make desserts, savory items, pretty much any type of item. I'll make any item. And I will also read your suggestions in the comments, and maybe I'll make a dish from you guys. So please comment down below a dish you'd like me to try to make, and I'll try to make it. Pour in the last of that. So now you should start see everything kind of come together into one ball. And then take all the flour. You don't need to add more heavy cream if there's a lot of loose flour. Just actually take the balls of dough that are already doughy and just kind of mix that with the flour, and then it'll all come together. Last little bit of heavy cream. See, everything's starting to come off my hands. Now just take my last bit, put it all over here. Perfecto. Alright, so now everything's starting to come together. So about now, you can preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit on regular bake, or if you have an oven with convection bake, you can put it on 375 degrees. All right, now everything's a ball. So next, I'm gonna put it on a cutting board and make it into a log. Okay, so I took the dough out of the bowl and I put it on a lightly floured surface. Now I have started to make a rectangle shaped log of dough, and now I'm going to cut it into the shapes of the scones. All right, so now that I have my log ready, I'm going to make pieces. So I'm gonna cut this in half. Now that I have it in half, I'm going to cut these into pieces. Perfect. Now, I'm going to need 2 cookie sheets. One of them is to prepare the scones, and then the next is to put into the oven. Now that I've put these on my cookie sheet, I'm going to take just a little bit of heavy cream and a little bit of sugar. So I'm going to need a brush. So I'm going to take my brush, don't put a lot on there, and just lightly brush each scone. This makes the tops nice and crunchy, and it also makes them look nice and golden. So I usually make my scones in triangles, but you can make them in squares, circles, any shape. Make it fun, do anything. All right, and we're done. As you can see, I didn't put that much heavy cream on each one, so it's just light. Now I'm gonna take my sugar, just the same sugar we used earlier in the recipe. I'm just gonna take one pinch of it and just sprinkle it all over the top of each one. Perfect. And now they're ready to be transitioned onto the other cookie sheet, so then we can put them in the oven. All right, so now these are ready to be put in the oven. I preheated my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna put a timer for 17 minutes. And now they're in. Now all I have to do is set a 17-minute timer. I'll see you when it's done. All right, so my scones just came out of the oven and they're perfect. They're golden brown on the bottom and the edges. So now that I know that they're ready. So now I'm just gonna try them out. They're nice and light, they crumble in my mouth, and they're very flaky, which is nice. These go well plain with milk, or for you adults, they go well with tea or coffee. Thank you for watching.